How's it going, everybody? This is Kevin White with White Light Astrology, giving you guys your forecast for this week of February 27th through March 4th. Woo! That was quite an eclipse, wasn't it? That new moon felt quite amazing. A lot of fears were coming up. It was a lot of that Pisces energy. It's where the South Node is. It's where the Black Moon is. A lot of that energy of, darkest fears. I mean, like, I got sick during it. I knew a lot of people were getting sick during this time, too. It's just a lot of things are coming up for this, or that were coming up for this new moon. And it was like, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful transitions from going for those deepest, fears in that darkest place that we can really go to right now with our emotions. Also, it just was a big let go of that. It was a big letting go of what no longer really needs to serve us. What I was talking about in my last video was about how we need to separate, what's real and what's fantasy, what's just an illusion, and what are your actual dreams, and where do you really want to take this. And this weekend was really about looking at what's real, looking at what's not real, looking at all the illusions and separating that from separating that from what's actually real. So going into Monday's going to be a little bit weird. We got the moon going over Chiron, so it's going to be a really big healing about all this. I know a lot of people have been experiencing a lot of fears, a lot of negative energy coming up, and with this new moon that we just had, the big emphasis was really clearing up all that kind of stuff and letting go of it. However, with this moon going over Chiron, this is where that healing process begins. This is where we're able to have that closure that we need in our emotional sense in order to move forward. It's not necessarily the closure of you spoke to someone or whatever it is for you. It's the closure of, I no longer need anything out of this situation. I know exactly where I want to go now because I was able to go through this dark to see the light. Does that make sense? It was just a really I can't get over this eclipse. It was so awesome. But anyway, once it goes over Chiron, this is going to be where that emotional cleansing comes in. This is going to be where that emotional healing comes in. And if you're still not ready to move forward, it's going to bring up a lot of wounds. So I really challenge you to really take this time to really reflect. It's not a big time to go out and do things right now just because of where the moon, the sun, and Neptune and Chiron all are. However, this is a big time to reflect. Look at your feelings. Look at where you want to take them. What is real and what is just an illusion. I can't stress that enough. And when you get down to that point where you understand it, that's when you can move forward. And I hope that you do this before moon goes over Chiron, because this is where the biggest healing can come in, or the biggest wounds being brought up can come in. So I really suggest that you really let go and really focus on the positive things, because there's so much going on right now that's so good, that's teeing us up, that's setting us up for such a great rest of the 2017. And that's what I really want to talk about. So on Monday, we got moon going over Chiron. We got Mars and Uranus on top of each other again, going from 21 degrees to 22 degrees. I dibble dabble with this with numerology a little bit, and 22, in my opinion, is the solid foundation of holy divinity, a divine number. 22 is that extra leap forward, and we have Uranus and we have Mars right there. That's pretty awesome. We got these two powerful, huge, explosive planets on Aries, where things are getting done. You want to go and do things. You have the energy to go do it. You have the energy to literally, what we were talking about, separating illusions from your dreams, what's fake, what's real, and actually going and doing it. That's the greatest part about this right now. And getting over that emotional healing and all that stuff, this is where you can find that spurt of energy. Pluto's going to be sextiling the moon too. So, and this is going to be, Pluto's just kind of doing just a whole bunch of work. Pluto in Capricorn is really taking away all of our foundations, and not in the sense of slipping the carpet away from us, from under our feet. It's more of hey, everything's got to change. You've done all this work. You've grown so much as a human being. It's time for the foundations that you set yourself in. It's time to change that a little bit. And that's why so many people are wanting to work on themselves. That's why so many people are wanting to change the way things are. It's the same thing with the government. Everyone wants it to change. It's this Pluto and Capricorn. The basis of what we really rely on is changing. So we have Pluto sextiling the moon. This is going over that, we're going into a different direction. With this Pisces energy, it was that last little kiss goodbye as far as the emotional wounds go. And this is now the time to really emphasize bigger things. Now we have Pluto sextiling the moon. Pluto is giving this constructive, so like not only solidified but grounded energy of change. Like, even though everything's changing, it's still okay, everything's still under control, everything's still taken care of. It's Capricorn. Capricorn will not let, you know, its whole foundation slip away. We got Moon square Saturn though, so be careful, be really wary of where your emotions are really going. This is, you know, going back to the moon, going over Chiron, it's really going to be a big look at healing yourself. And if you're not really doing that, Saturn, which is wanting us to push ourselves even farther, go on the adventure, how much more can we really take? How much farther can we really go? You know, always pushing us to the next edge, which is really, I love that Saturn aspect. I've been loving Saturn Sagittarius. Just being able to be always being wanting to move forward and go in a new direction and always expand myself. It's been very pleasing. However, with this squaring the moon, you know, Saturn's like, hey, think bigger, think change, think different. Don't hold on to the past. It's time to move forward. It's time to go. And we want this healing sense. And then we got Mercury, Sun, Neptune all conjunct too. So the biggest emphasis, I guess, on Monday, and this is going to be going on for the next couple days, with the Sun going over Neptune, it's going to be a really, everything's going to be kind of weird for a little while. This isn't, you know, I was saying that we're going to be going into a really great 2017. Just give it a few more days. Like, we're going to have the Sun go over Neptune. What is that, on Wednesday? Yeah, we're going to have Neptune, Sun, Mercury. Yep. We're going to have that on Wednesday. And until then, it's just going to be, everything's still kind of changing. Everything's still kind of different. That's that whole Pisces energy. I mean, with Pisces, even though it rules its emotions and it rules these dark places, it also rules intuition and, you know, fantasy, and it also rules spirituality and all that stuff. Like, it's such a big mix of things that Pisces rules, that things are going to be kind of everywhere. And as the Sun's going up onto Neptune, things may not appear as they really are. So be very conscious this week. Have your glasses on this week. This is not a time to get lost up in, you know, from separating the illusion to the dreams. Don't get lost in the dream. Don't just keep focusing on it. With all this stuff in Aries, it's time to take action. And even though it's a little difficult, you know, we're still not exactly there yet, which it will be happening soon, don't worry. It's going to be a little bit difficult to move forward, but don't let anything hold you back on this. Like, this is the time for self-empowerment. This is the time for you to expand more and to grow bigger. Tuesday is going to be that build up on a Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be absolutely awesome. It's going to be really crazy, honestly. And in my opinion, it'll be great because everything is great. Neptune is going to be on top of the Sun, and it's going to be conjuncting Mercury. That's when things are going to get real. That's when it's going to be like, oh my God, I just now realized exactly what was wrong, what is right. Now that we're there emotionally with the new moon, with the new moon, it's going to be a big look at the reality of things, and which is like a big breath, a really big sigh of relief, because, you know, everything with how everything's going, we all want, you know, things to go our way, and we got to make sure that we know what's really right. Like, putting the light to it's clearing the fog. You know, if you live in California anywhere and you get the fog, and it's always foggy in the morning, then like between 10 and 12 o'clock it always breaks up. That's basically this Neptune over Pisces. I mean, Sun over Neptune and Pisces. We're gonna have the moon past Uranus. We're gonna have the moon go conjunct Venus. It's gonna go over Uranus, and it's gonna go past Mars, all on Wednesday. So our emotional energy, we got to keep really under control. I don't want to say grounded or tamed, but really, like, make sure that fire doesn't get a little too crazy. Don't go overboard. We have the moon right here. We're going to be putting emotional involvement to the max with Uranus and Aries. Don't go too crazy in it. It's okay, but use that spurt of energy that, you know, I can build this. You know, this is Aries. It's all about me. It's all about myself and I. What do I want to create? What do I want to do? Mars and Aries, I'm like, you have the energy to go do it. In fact, it's all you want to focus on. In Uranus, it's getting you excited. It's getting you where you want to be. It's that, wow, like, this is kind of like that, you know, how people say, you know, I'm high on life. It's like, that's the Uranus type energy. And with all this stuff in Aries, it's like, hey man, it's time to do me. It's time to really go for what I want. It's time to actually do it. That's what this time is. And this moon going over, it's going to be a big highlight over Venus going, you know, this is what I want to create. This is what I want to do. And Uranus is going, man, I'm effing excited to do it. And then Mars is like, you know what? Let's do it. That's exactly how your emotions are going to play out on Wednesday. And the Sun's going to be taking a big look at Neptune, putting a big light to it, and showing you what's real, what's not real. So and this might get your hopes down a little bit. Something that you really wanted real might not happen, but don't let your hopes get down. Like, for heaven forbid there is any more of negativity going through this, because we are, like I said, this is a great time. Thursday, it's going to chill out. Moon in Taurus. Very excited for that. Moon really likes to be in Taurus. It's really stubborn. It's very, but it's very comfortable, which I feel like that would really benefit a lot of us right now. Things have been, I mean, since the last prenumbral eclipse with the Leo and Aquarius energy, everything's been everywhere. And a little bit of that calm downness would, I think, really benefit all of us. So the Moon in Taurus is going to be sextiling the Sun, Neptune and Mercury. It's going to be putting the grip on things, like getting, what's the word to look like to say, like, with all this Pisces energy, everything's everywhere. Everything, you know, is really emotional. Things are really touchy. You don't know where you want to go. You don't know what you want to do, but at the same time, you know exactly what to do. The Moon in Taurus is going to really get all that Aries energy of, yeah, I'm on fire to go. Yeah, let's go do it, to, all right, like, how can I get grounded in this? How can I get stable in this? What are my resources? How can I achieve this? How can I bring other people to do this? Because it's going to be, I think it's, no, not conjuncting Jupiter. That will happen on Friday. However, what is this, Thursday? Yeah, we're still talking about Thursday. However, get that grip on your emotions. Like, not a suck it up type thing. Like, I don't want to be your, you know, stepdad or something. However, it's time to really get grounded in that. Get grounded in what your dreams are. Get grounded in what you want to make real, you know? With this Pisces energy, it could be saying a lot of, you know, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I'm capable of doing it. However, using that mood in Taurus, man, get grounded, get clear. Ask for what you want. The universe will give it to you. Like, it's absolutely insane. Ask for what you want. The universe will give it to you. Just make sure that you know, like, you understand why your emotions are ever and be able to use it in the right way. Oh, a little bunny. Friday, Moonshine Pluto. And it's going to be conjuncting Jupiter. This is when it's going to get a little bit interesting. Capricorn and Taurus, you know, both earth signs, they both love each other. It's going to be very grounded. However, don't get focused on the little tiny details of things, not necessarily like that Virgo energy of like cleaning up and clearing everything, but like get really focused on being grounded and all that good stuff. However, what you can build from there. What more can you change? What more can you deliver to yourself? What more can you bring to the things that you want to bring more light to? Like, what more can you really do? What more can you more accomplish? How can you gain more control? How can you gain more clarity? And with that being said, that's going to be a big thing to focus on. And whatever's coming up for you during this week, focus on that. Whatever, and it could be multiple situations, could just be one thing. Focus on whatever it is. Like, take that energy and ride with it. And then Saturday is going to be a switch up. Saturday, the moon's going to be going into Gemini. And it's going to be doing a whole lot of things that no one really likes. Moon in Gemini, it's going to be squaring Mercury, squaring Neptune, squaring the Sun, and Mercury's going to be going over Neptune. Don't get so lost in different ideas. Like, we just got out of this, like, Saturday, it's going to be a switch with Gemini and Pisces, you know, squaring with Neptune, Sun, and Mercury. Like, things are going to take a switch up. Don't let that affect you, though. Use this mutable energy of Gemini, the moon in Gemini, of switching emotions around, being able to play with being able to play with it. Gemini doesn't take other people's ideas. Gemini is inspired by other people's ideas to make it their own. And so with Gemini, when things are switching up and things are getting a little bit loosey-goosey, like, go with the flow, but in that air sense of, like, you know, be adaptable. Air can hold a ton of pressure or it can have no pressure, really. But at that point, I don't think it's air. However, you know, air can go through a lot of pressure. Don't hold yourself back. Go with the wind. Expand yourself. See where else you can go. It's kind of like, I'm from Southern California. I'm from Southern California, and we get a lot of winds, like from the Santa Anas, and it's all because of the air. It gets a lot of pressure built up, and then it just moves. It scatters everywhere else because it's got nowhere else to go. So do that instead of, you know, getting lost up in all like the little tiny details, because it's going to be Gemini. This is going to be small communication things, you know, this and this, that, and the other, all the like little surfacey things, and it's going to be all kind of everywhere. Don't let that get to you. Go with the wind, you know, like, figure it out. It's totally possible. And then I'll be doing a video on Saturday, of course, too, or not on Saturday, but just for this whole weekend. However, yeah, that's what's going on. We still got Jupiter and Saturn sextile. Jupiter, Mars, Uranus, and Venus are all opposing, which that whole Jupiter opposing Uranus, Mars, Venus, again, it's your look at the relationship with yourself. Jupiter's retrograde. It's not about your relationship with other people. Jupiter is retrograde. It's going within. What's inside of you? What's the relationship with yourself? Why is that out of balance? Why is this everywhere? Take a big look at that, because that's what the big theme is going to be going on. Saturn's still trining Jupiter, or not trining Jupiter, sextiling Jupiter, trining Uranus. Like, this whole area of Libra, Aries is the place to focus on. This is where Saturn's putting positive energy to make changes, to build growth, to develop yourself, to expand yourself to a place that you've never been before. So I really recommend that you use it, because it can take you to places that you had no possible idea that you could ever get to in any aspect of your life. Any aspect of your life. So I just honestly want to thank you guys so much for watching my videos, liking, subscribing, commenting. I love the comments. You guys are awesome. And I will be seeing you on Saturday, maybe a little bit in the middle of the week. I don't know. Might make a video, might not. However, please subscribe to my YouTube. I really appreciate it. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye.